The biggest lessons I've learned in my life are here. Through different topics, I'm going to inspire and motivate you to reach your success and your dreams. I'm so grateful that you're here on Journey to Success. So let's enjoy my next episode together. Hi guys, my name is Fabio from Journey to Success and welcome. Today we're going to talk about this new topic and its new book, of course, as you know, and the name of the book is Attitude is Everything from Jeff Keller. I'm not going to pretend that I'm doing this like always. This is my first video. Of course, from the people who listen only the podcast, they wouldn't realize anything, I think, because I have my mic as it should be. But this is my first video on YouTube, and I'm gonna make also some short everywhere, maybe Instagram or TikTok. And if you like to have a look, my username is It's Fabio Posca. And yeah, of course, a nice keyword to use is Journey to Success. Right. So let's start. As always, nothing changed in my approach. Well, let's say that I would like to, instead to read the book now, I just would like to say what I learned. In my way, in my broken English. Let's see how it goes. So, Attitude is Everything. It's the book. It's the new book. So, there is this phrase in the book. It says, our thoughts drive our circumstances. So, if you think you can do something, you can. And if you think you can't do something, you can't. What does it mean? I'm going to give you some example to you. A couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, my fiancée had this habit. She used to say for everything, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. No, let me do. I can do this. And then one day I made her realize like, hey, but you know that you always say that. I wasn't critical or something, but I just made her notice that for her opinion, she could do everything. If I think about the phrase I say to her a couple of years ago, maybe right now I would feel a little bit guilty, I would say. Because after I made her realize that, then she stops. She never say anything anymore or something like that. But honestly, it's a good attitude. I really hope she can hear me. I really hope she can listen to this episode. So she realized it actually was good. It was good because when you have this positive thought, right, about something and you think that you can do that certain thing, then you are gonna do. Okay, first time is not gonna be perfect, not even the second, not even the third, but it's better than start a project, start some action in a negative way. It's better than say, yeah, you know what, yeah, let's try out. With a let's try out, you don't go so much far then yes, let's do this. Okay, so positive attitude is important. So our thoughts drive our circumstances. Second point, your attitude is a mental filter. Okay, this is not my example. This is an example from Jeff Keller, that's the author, but I like to explain in my way. So just imagine this window, right, in front of you. And behind this window, you have your success, your dreams, you have everything that you always had desire, right? Okay, now, when we were children, let's say that we always have these windows, okay? We always have this window in front of us. But when we were children, we used to see our dreams and our successes very clear, because there was not interference around us, okay? From our environment, we were just dreaming. So from our family, from our parents, maybe from our friends, they were just dreams, right? But these dreams were so clear for us. And when you have a clear vision about something, then you can achieve easier than if your window presents some dirtiness around. Okay, and that's what happened right now, where in an adult age, like, yes, we still dream a little bit, we still see, what is behind the window, but there are too many interferences, too many people around us that didn't believe in us, they don't believe in us, and you have to clean this window to make sure you can achieve sooner your dreams, your success. So this was the second point. Third point, positive thoughts attract success. Okay, so Keller introduced the idea of dominant thought. So how can you have a dominant positive thought? Here there is no. This is not so much a difficult concept, all right? It's normal. If you have a dominant positive thought, then this leads you to positive actions. If you have a dominant negative thought, this leads you to negative actions. Well, now that I say aloud like that, maybe it should be very normal concept like that, but honestly, it's very hard to understand for most of the people. But if you think about it, right, it's logic. You know what I mean? So how can you have this dominant positive thought? You can have this dominant positive thought doing positive things, positive that they beautiful things, positive things that, oh my God, something like that you really like to do. I'm going to make an example, yeah. Let's say you are a good cook, and actually it doesn't matter if you are good or not. Let's say that you like to cook and make a cake. Only the thought that leads you to think that make cakes make you feel good. That's a thought that can lead you to a positive action, and that positive action, that the action to make a cake, give you back the feeling to be happy about the action you did before. Before we go through, if you're enjoying this podcast, please consider taking just 3 seconds to share it with someone else. It is a small gesture that could make a big difference in someone's day. Now, sit back and enjoy the rest of the episode. Okay. Let's talk about the positive thoughts, all right? So positive thoughts attract success. This is the third point. So what Keller says, Keller introduced the idea of dominant thoughts. The thoughts can be positive or negative, and of course, if the positive thought is a dominant one, so then this thought leads you to positive action and positive results. Okay, then negative thought, than a dominant negative thought. So how can you achieve a dominant positive thought? Well, you can do journaling. You can write gratitude phrases in your book. It's something that I like to do sometimes. So I like to take a notebook, and I like to write 5 positive sentences, 5 positive and gratitude sentences about my past, so about what happened, about my present, and sometimes also about my future, something that I didn't realize yet. Let's say this is a kind of law of attraction as well. The fact that I also write something about the future, but it doesn't matter. Like, just be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful about what you did. Be grateful about what you're doing. In this way, whatever happens in your life, you have just to take back the book and realize how many beautiful things you did, during your journey. So very, very beautiful. And there are other things that you can do to pump up these these positive thoughts. And it can also be, just walk outside in the nature and calm your brain. It's something that we don't used to do because it looks boring, but it's not. I'm gonna make my personal example. Most of the times when I go outside, well, now I'm doing less and less, but I put my earphones and maybe I listen some podcast. I try to learn something from what I from what I hear, from what I listen. But it's important to calm your brain. It's important to listen to the environment, because, most of the times this environment can make you feel happy. Everything, it can be helpful to make you feel more good with yourself. It can be the birds, can be children around you. Just find ways to make this to make your thoughts more positive than negative. Maybe you like to cook. Just to make a good cake and give to your fiancée. These are positive thoughts. And maybe you are a religious person. Well, that day you can decide to go to your church, temple, or mosque, and have a nice tea with your with your friends. There are so many things that you can do, that we can do, to pump up a positive dominant thought. And let's go with the fourth step. So the fourth step is visualization as a skill we learn from a young age. And here I like to make 2 examples. One of them is Celine Dion, and the Celine Dion example is actually one from Jeff Keller. And Celine Dion used to dream when she was 5 years old. She used to dream about her achievements and awards as a best singer, right? And look at her now. I mean, with Titanic and a lot of awards. I'm actually sorry right now where she is, because she has some condition that doesn't make her perform as she was, but she's so positive person and happy person. I wouldn't be surprised if one day I see her again perform on some big stage like she was doing until a couple of years ago. So Celine Dion example, it's beautiful, it's perfect for this topic. And another example, that's my personal example, I like to visualize islands in front of me. So just imagine you are on this beach, and so you're on this beach, and just in front of you there is this big island, right? And that's your success, your dream. Whatever is inside, whatever is in this island is your dream. Okay, so you start to swim. So you find obstacles, sharks, whatever, and challenges, and then you find a small island. So you finally reach the small island. So you take a break, you achieve a small success, you breathe in and breathe out a little bit, and then you go again. Again, challenges, sharks, whatever. And then again, you reach another small island, you take a breath, breathe in, breathe out, you take a break, and then you go again. And at the end, you are going to reach your success, you're going to reach your dreams. And I like this example because we do so many things to reach your dream, but we never look back. So when you are in the small islands, right, it's nice also to look back and say, like, whoa, I'm actually good. I'm kind of 50% to where I want to be, you know. So cherish where you are and go forward. And do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes. So sacrifice. It's very important. I am a person. I am that kind of person where I'm a very stubborn person, so I like to achieve whatever I want to achieve. It doesn't matter how many years this is gonna take, but at the same time, I'm also like a regular guy. I watch series TV, have a FOMO about some anime. If I start some anime, then I'm gonna watch, I'm gonna finish. And even if this is gonna take more time, or I like to play as well, so I'm a nerd. I like to play with my PlayStation, you know. But at the same time, I know how much important is to sacrifice. So sometimes I know that I have to be very focused. And everything that I like to do has to be lead to a closet somewhere in a way that I can be focused to something that I must do to achieve my success and my dream. I have to be honest, I was very strict and strong about a concept to achieve a success. It doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter in which way. So, but I also, this kind of thought, it's not good because it leads you to a bad situation, bad action as well. And it can make you feel overwhelmed when there is so much pressure. So it's important to have a good balance. So it's important to study, to make a good podcast, a good video, just make my example, or you think is good, but it's not good yet, but still you are there to improve yourself. That's how it works. Journey, we're talking about journey to success. That's the name of the podcast. But at the same time, it's important to take break. So, you know, we talk about break and islands. So it's important to take break, to breathe in, breathe out, and do whatever you want to do, to have also some rest with yourself, okay? Because, let's be honest, it's important to achieve your success, but it's also important to not overwhelm yourself. There are moments where I just have a headache. And that's a sign where my body tried to say to me, hey, Fabio, you have to slow down. So you have to understand, you have to listen, you have to hear, you have to feel these signals, okay? Find the lesson and problem. Find the lesson in problem. Okay. Here, also another beautiful example. when you cook something, right? Sometimes, not always, fortunately, but sometimes, let's say that you are cooking something and then you're putting this something in the oven. Let's say it's the lasagna, because I'm Italian and I like lasagna, and let's make the example with the lasagna. So I prepare a good lasagna, and then I put the lasagna in the oven. Great, good. Okay, maybe for some reason I don't find the gloves. How many times happen, right? That we're lazy, we cannot find the gloves. So we open the oven somehow, or because we're too much confident, or because we think the oven is not that hot, because let's say that I turn off the oven for a while. Let's say that we're too much lazy to find our gloves. Somehow we touch, the tray. And it is not good because we burn ourselves. But when happened that, right, it's not that we say, you know what, the lasagna can be in the oven, so I give up. No. We find the gloves and we take the lasagna or whatever is in the oven, okay? That's the concept of find the lesson in problems. Don't give up, guys. Just because you didn't find your gloves, right? The lasagna has not to be in the oven. Find the gloves and take the lasagna. I don't know, just because I'm Italian and my English is not that good, it doesn't mean that I cannot try out, to make a video and give some value to the people. There is always space to improve. That's the life. But if you don't try, you can never improve, you cannot. And other points. Use positive self-talk to your advantage. So Keller has this formula. It's pretty interesting. T lead to F, lead to A, and lead to R. So thought lead to feeling, that lead to action, and all of them lead to results. So if your thought is a positive thought, then of course this leads to positive feeling. The positive feeling leads to positive action, and then the results must be positive. But if the thought is negative, so then this lead to negative feeling. This lead to negative actions. And then, of course, it's going to lead to negative results. Okay, very beautiful concept. I really like this small topic here. Here I have another point. So he says, exaggerate your happiness when answering questions. So when someone asks you something, right? Generally, there are three types of answers. It can be negative answer, can be mediocre answer, it can be positive answer. Now, the negative answer is something uncommon, but somehow in South Italy is actually very common. Is when someone answers in a way. Okay, let's say someone asks me, so Fabio, how are you? And I say to this person, I answer, yeah, I have a pain in my back, I have a pain in my arm, I have a pain in my brain, I have a pain in my head. And that's something that in South Italy, especially in the village, happen always, especially when there are two people with a certain age. And I'm not talking about around 70 or 80 years old. I'm talking about 40, 50 years old. And they answer like, yes, I have a pain here, I have a pain there. There's a kind of challenging, like, no, I have more pain than you. Yeah, but I have pain more than you here, etc., etc. So this the negative answer that someone can give to someone else. And of course, that this doesn't lead to positive thoughts or positive feelings. And then there is a mediocre answer. The mediocre answer is something common generally, and it's like someone. So if someone asks me something, it's like I answer, yeah, it's okay, that's not bad, so, it's okay, So the mediocre answer is common for, I think, in my opinion, for different reasons. For example, if something goes well in your life, sometimes you just don't want that the person in front of you feels like bad, because even if something goes good in my life, maybe at the same time the other person is going through something, and sometimes that is the reason why we don't really show so much happiness. Other times is the opposite. Since our life is going so well, we don't want that other people jinx us, malocchio, we say in Italy. So that's the second reason, and another reason is totally different. Is that maybe at the time our life is not going that well, and of course we don't want to share with a random person. Okay, so there are different reasons, but the most important thing to know about the mediocre answer, the negative answer, is that they lead you to negative thoughts and negative feelings, right? And it's something that I read especially in this book is about the posture. So when you give a negative answer or a mediocre answer, your posture is like more, well, I cannot show to the people who are listening to the podcast right now, but for the people who are watching, it's more like this, like, yeah, it's okay, so, kind of in a turtle way, like hiding. And when you give a positive answer, you are more confident. You say, yes, yeah, I'm good, so your chest is more up, you look more confident, and you show, you give this positive energy also to the people, to the person in front of you, to the people around you. And that's the reason why give a positive answer is always good. Now, what Jeff Keller says is to exaggerate. I don't know if I agree about it. I mean, it's this can be an opinion. I don't say to exaggerate. If you like to exaggerate, you can exaggerate. But for sure, it's when you give a positive answer, you just give a certain quantity of energy to yourself, to the people around you, to the person in front of you, even if in that moment doesn't really want to hear. And we need positivity in this world. That's the reality. So when someone asks me something, okay, sometimes if I'm really down, I can also say, yeah, it's okay, but because we are human beings. But most of the times I always try to say, I'm good, everything's going great, everything's perfect. Sometimes if I have some problem in the past, I want to share, say, yeah, I had some difficulty, but today or right now I'm good, I'm very happy. So I'm good where I am, That's beautiful answer, and indirectly you teach the people to answer in the same way towards other people or towards you. So another point is only share your big worries with people who are really close to you, right? Because of course cannot be always good, cannot be always manageable. If you guys can pass me this term, sometimes we are just we were just down. And when this happens, it's beautiful to share with someone who counts for you. And here I have a quote from Jeff Keller still. So he says, the secret of happiness is to count your blessing while others are adding up their troubles. And this is a beautiful quote, because at the end of the story, it's about how you like to see your glass, right? So you like to see the glass half empty or half full. I know it's a typical example, but it's true. And another point, surround yourself with positivity. And here there is the difference between toxic people and happy people, nursing people. So toxic people are that people who dry us. I hear so many stories about successful people who decided to be far from their environment, from their family, from their friends, because they were inside an environment that wasn't really healthy for their journey and for eventually for their success. So it is important to choose the right environment, an environment that can give you energy, and at the same time you can share your energy with the healthy environment. So there is this shareable positive energy, between each other. It's just beautiful. You can learn from it. You can use this fuel to go forward to achieve your success and reach your dreams. Step out of your comfort zone. So this is another step. This is another point. The difference between comfort zone and learning phase. Okay, comfort zone and learning phase are two entities of the same environment, of the same binary, right? I personally think we start to struggle and to see already obstacles since we're born, because we have to learn how to breathe in and breathe out, to walk, to talk, and we have to learn how to live, especially, and that's the learning phase. Okay, maybe someone can say that everything starts from a comfort zone because we are inside the belly before, but I mean, there is no start and end at the end. But let's say that we start from when someone borns, right? So we have this learning phase and goes up. So we're learning new skill, new things. And then of course there is a stable line where we are more comfortable. That's our comfort zone, okay? But then we start again, because then then there is the school, and then there is the university, so we have to learn new skills, and blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, we find a job. So our life is always between a comfort zone and the learning phase, comfort zone and learning phase. Because when you finish the school, then you rest a little bit, then you find a job, then you learn new skills, etc., etc. And exactly in that moment, exactly when you find a job, is when you stop. You like to be in this comfort zone because you did, in your opinion, too much. You dedicate too many years or a couple of decades to reach where you want to be. But in my opinion, it's just the start. That's only the start, because the learning phase where we have been was caused by people who ask us to do certain things, or the same environment ask us to go to the school, to find a job, and to do everything that could give us a certain way to live the life, right? But after that, I think it's where start the real point where you can finally understand, hey, but just a moment, until now I have been forced to live like people ask me to do, or like the world asks us to do, but now it's my turn, right? And we don't get that chance. So once we reach 25, 27, 30 years old, we're just too much tired, we're just too much lazy, we don't get the chance to learn new skills, the real skills that are going to make us happy. And the real skills that are going to make us to reach the real success, okay? And I'm not even talking about gaining money in a certain way, or do whatever I do, for example, to share value to the people with whatever I learned before. But I'm talking also about people who wish to succeed as good father or good mother, and they don't learn enough to do that. I'm talking about that people who are in the job right now, and instead to give value to whatever they're doing right now in a way to take the next step, they're just waiting the end of the shift to go back home, and that's it, and then tomorrow is another day. Okay, so I'm not even talking about, when we talk about success, everyone has a certain way to think about success. Okay, it has not to be always like this. Okay, I'm talking about learn new skill to be a better human being. Generally, doesn't matter what you do in your life. All right. And of course, another good thing that he says, fail every time. That's what he says. He says if you avoid failure, you can't learn new skills. To succeed tomorrow, you must be willing to fail today. That's a very beautiful phrase. I like to make an example in this case. I like to see failure as my best teacher. I used to fail a lot in my life. My life was just failing every time in everything that I used to do, and that I'm doing right now, but just I don't realize because I fell so many times. But my way also to learn new skill now, it's shorter and shorter, and I don't realize anymore how many times I fell. But this is because I think the failure is just my best teacher. You have to think the failure as your best teacher who teaches you silently to learn the new skill. So it's not that kind of teacher that say to you, yeah, here you made a mistake, but this is the solution, or this is the answer. No, he doesn't help you, because he knows that if he helps you, you can never learn. So you have to fail, you have to go back home, study, then go back to this imaginary school, and wait for the teacher and wait for what he's going to say to you. And if it's not going to say to you anything, it means that's, the good way to reach better whatever you are doing right now, to reach your success, whatever success is for you in that moment. If he's going to say to you something like, hey, just a moment, you make a mistake here. You're making a mistake here. So then it means that you have to go back to learn a new skill, and then, go back again on the floor and go forward. Best teacher ever, Mr. Failure. and oh yeah. So, am I gonna cut this? I don't know if I'm gonna cut. I don't think so. Okay, so I couldn't. My my last shift. Jeff Keller used to say, remember, there is no such thing as a failure until you completely give up. Before you give up, failures are just intermediate results that differ in measuring how successful you were and how they might redirect you towards your goals. And the last point, create a network that supports you. You know, before, guys, we talk about a healthy environment, positive environment. Of course, this positive environment helps you to reach better your success, and you can help them to reach better their success. So help the people is very important. Helping the people in this way, you can brainstorm, you can listen each other. Meanwhile, you learn new skills, you know, and at the end we have the congratulation. Congratulate yourself, congratulate the environment around you, and you know, it's just a circle. In this way, you're gonna just help each other. There is this continuing brainstorming in a positive environment, super healthy, and then in this way you can reach your dream and your success, and also the people around you can do the same as you. And there is a last quote before I leave you guys for the next episode. So he says, success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. I'm going to repeat again. Success is going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. So this, I would like to remind you the first formula, right, that we said before. The formula was thought that leads to feeling, that leads to action, leads to result. But if it's a positive, this thought, of course, is going to lead you to a good result, a positive results, right? Because you are doing with enthusiasm, because you don't care how many times you fell. At the end, you are gonna reach the success. If you are enthusiastic, if there is enthusiasm around you. But if you are negative, if you have a negative thought, negative energy, negative feeling, negative action, then you cannot expect positive results. Because there is no enthusiasm about what you're doing. This very beautiful quote. I really love this quote, and I'm happy I found this quote of Jeff Keller, so I could share with you as well. Thank you so much for being here in Journey to Success from Fabio Posca, and see you next time. Cheers. Here we are. Congratulations. You just finished my entire episode. So, the only thing I ask is to take a moment to give Journey to Success a rating. By the way, thank you so much for being here on Journey to Success. I'm very grateful. Thank you, and see you next time.